What's up guys, Mr.Wednesday here, back at it with another video. So today we actually have part 1 of the two-part series in regards to Tag Team Arena Takeover I did a while back ago. And yes, I'm gonna put a disclaimer right here. There are some really OP champions being used, but nonetheless, if you're struggling with Arena, please stick by the video. You'll learn some of my basic thought process when I go through building the teams, some of the ideas behind countering some teams, some ideas behind how to build a proper arena champion. Doesn't matter if it's a reviver, if it's a healer, if it's a speed booster, nuker, whatever. So if you're basically just struggling with arena, please just stick with the video. If you don't find it informational enough and you don't think it's gonna help you, then sure, exit out. But it really helped me and the channel out if you do not just close the video because you see a certain maybe champion you do not have or something similar. Because even when I use some champions I know most people don't have, I still go through the process of explaining who you can substitute in, how you can maybe build a bit of a different team without a certain specific champion, etc. So yeah, much love. Oh, and also basically the second this video drops, so basically part 1, I'm also going to be doing the free takeover giveaway on my channel. There's going to be a video about it as well a bit later on. I'm going to say perhaps tomorrow, so that nobody misses out. Much love, and let's get into the video. Well, first of all, I'm gonna show you the Arbiter. I'm not gonna do much explaining here. You know how to build an Arbiter. Just as much speed as possible. This was the highest speed we could have reached right now. He got really lucky with some triple rolls and then really unlucky with some doubles. So sadly we could not increase the speed any higher than this. Like this right here is a pretty hefty triple roll, right? It's not the most prettiest main stat, so that's definitely something he can change in the future. And then of course, as far as masteries go, I went the double trees between defense and support. I feel work the best for an Arbiter, in my opinion alone. If you're free to change the builds, especially when it comes to masteries. From Arbiter we go into Lissandra, who is top tier if you ask me, and I would really love one on my account. So we just went for about 500 accuracy, so we do not get resisted a lot, or perhaps not get resisted at all. And then obviously in the Deadwoods arena calculator, you do need to figure out what speeds you need so you do not get cut in on. It was 266 in this case. I'm sorry, it was 263 actually in this case, so we did get like 3 speed more, but that's fine. Better to have a little bit more than a little bit less. And then from there we go into Madame, who actually has a pretty nice amount of accuracy, being 708. She is fully speed tuned. I could have actually lost 20 more speed, but honestly there was just no better gear that would allow for me to increase other stats I would prefer. So we would be basically dropping accuracy and I believe defense if I actually try to lower the speed given the gear we have. So I went for this. And then obviously as our main nuker in our speed team, we do have our trusty Trunda, because who doesn't love a Trunda? Trunda is obviously the best nuker in the game, and sadly in this case we just couldn't get her into a Savage set that was good enough for me to say yes, let's do this. And then sadly again the mix and match of some cruel gear was not ideal, so we did go for 1 crit damage set and then just 4 broken pieces. Okay, so this is again me from the future. While I'll run some faction wars, just wanted to come back and explain one more time something about the first team. Now I did say I'm gonna explain what substitutes you can use and everything else. So basically, first of all, now Arbiter really does not have a substitute per se. Obviously you can use a different speed booster if you still don't have her. Now if you do not have her, I'm also gonna be having basically like a complete arena series dedicated to different type of teams you can use throughout 3v3 arena or better classic arena. So non-speed teams and speed teams, but not with Arbiter. Now when it comes to Lissandra, she's very, well, I'm gonna say very specific given that skill set she has. Now you could use Deacon if you cannot, or perhaps if you do not have any of those two. You can definitely go just for the speed booster without the decrease of turn meter skill, and in that case you'll just need a tad bit more higher speeds on your other two champions. You can definitely check the speeds out in the calculator that Deadwood has on his website. And then finally, when it comes to Madame, you can definitely, I mean, she's not like literally like interchangeable with any other champion, but you can definitely go for a different defense down champion. It can be Tyrell for basic purposes of what the point of the skill is. And then finally for the nuker, I only now realized I for some reason miss showing the masteries. So it ended in Helm Smasher as tier 6 mastery, basically the best possible option for arena. And then finally we also go for the two, what are they called, counterattack masteries on Tronda. Now I'm gonna go straight into the second team and I'm gonna show you what we have done there. So I just decided to go with a match of two resistance gear, and actually pretty funnily people say live gear is terrible. Well, actually not in this case, right? Because we got some really good stats here, and sadly when you actually go and look for the HP gloves here for speed and resistance, you do not have a lot. So that was the best we could have done. I also tried the defense, but it just wasn't much better. We do have a slightly bigger variety here, but still it just wasn't happening. So I did go with as much as HP as we could have reached, while also keeping her resistance at about 500. I did want her to be just a tad bit speedy. It's not a lot of speed, obviously, and I did want a nice, I would actually prefer a higher defense number here, but sadly this is the best we got. I know I keep saying the word sadly, like I'm looking at some terrible build right here, when it's in fact not. So I do not wanna dishearten you when you build your own. I'm just saying I would prefer if we could have added more. So we did go for Swift Parry here, and it's actually a pretty nice build. I again would prefer if we could have gotten just a tad bit more attack to complement the crit damage, but sadly we couldn't. So this is the best we could have gotten away with. Given that this is a go second team, we again had a solid attack percent boots here. I again would have loved if some of these substats were different, like let's say resistance was crit damage or so, but sadly it just didn't happen with this gear. But again, it's a pretty nice build, and you'll see it works perfectly. As for masteries, now as you can see, for the masteries we basically went for the same thing I explained about Tronda. So basically, I said basically the same, just without the retribution and the deterrence counterattack mastery. I just didn't find a way to fit it in. I just found these masteries work the best for us, so I did really wanted to end in Cycle of Revenge, perhaps get some more hits in because of it, and it really works perfectly till this day. Yeah, as of the moment I'm making this video, we're actually in gold 2, so quite a bit of progress since then. I'm gonna actually also make like an update video later on about his account. And without further ado, let's get into the next champion. So let me just really quickly show you our Warlord. He's actually the fastest in our comp at 279 speed. There's actually a couple of places here where we could have gotten away with more glyphs, but sadly we didn't have enough speed glyphs anymore, so that just wasn't something that was gonna happen. But we can add more speed, which is lovely, because it's gonna be fairly easy, right? The gear alone is pretty good again right now. Basically we just want a bit more speed. So as he gets more glyphs, he can do more glyphing, and it would all fall in line perfectly. And then again, as our last champion here, we actually have a Lydia, who is missing her boots for some reason. Let me just very quickly fix that. I believe I gave Kaimar her boots. I'm not 100% sure. Yeah, Kaimar got her boots. So let me just find the best mix in the match here. So basically 57 accuracy. We have 67 here, which is lovely. 73. So 73 with some HP, bit of defense. We get nothing from there. So basically these ones are probably the most perfect match. Yeah, so she has 500 accuracy. I'll talk to my client actually, so by the time you're actually watching this video, the build may have changed. She has 500 accuracy because I gave her the I was actually gonna say I gave her the accuracy chest piece here, but I didn't. But I did go for the accuracy banner. So, given that if she keeps debuffing enemies at a consistent rate with this accuracy, I'll actually advise him to drop the accuracy banner for an HP banner, so she has even more survivability in her kits. So basically a good HP banner would even get her like 8 to 10,000 more HP with some good substats. So that's gonna bring us to the end of the part 1 of the video. I'm gonna show you the third team tomorrow, and then also obviously a lot of fights we have done to test the teams. Now again, I sadly forgot to show the Lydia Masteries. Those are basically your typical, I actually went for the accuracy masteries because I do want her to be able to debuff, obviously. So basically Eagle Eye as the last mastery, and then basically the typical Madame Masteries you could have seen in the video. So basically the last and the third team is gonna be, well, at least in my opinion, the most fun one. I did really enjoy making it and also using it. As I said, I'm gonna show you all of them being tested, so that's gonna be in Silver 4, I believe, if I'm not mistaken. We'll see about that tomorrow or the day after that. And then, as I said, I'm gonna actually show you the updated version of the team that he's currently running after some more takeovers I've done, etc. Now, if you have any questions or if there's anything specific you'd like me to go over basically in the part 2, because I am like using the footage I have made, it must have been like 2-3 months ago, but I'm also doing like these voiceovers and additions and explanations. So if I have missed something that you would like to see, or perhaps maybe I have not explained something good enough, so to say, hey, please just basically just let me know in the comments below or on my Discord server, and I'll make sure to actually cover that in the next video. And until the next one, much love from yours truly, and bye bye.